We're in Minneapolis, and we're about to meet up with Paula McCartney. She makes photographs and artist books that explore the ambiguity between the natural and the unnatural, and cause us to re-examine what those terms even mean. Projects like Bronx Zoo saw McCartney photographing real birds and living plants in constructed landscapes, while birdwatching saw her photograph fake craft store-bought birds in real landscapes. Her most recent work, A Field Guide to Snow and Ice, is a series of photographs and a book that explores her idea of winter, which includes images of actual snow and ice, along with images of stalagmites and piles of gypsum sand that only mimic icy forms. With Paula, we're going to talk about how we look at the so-called natural world and how we go about constructing it in our minds and in the images we make.
Hi, I'm Paula McCartney, and this is your art assignment. I moved from San Francisco to Minneapolis, and at that time I was really surprised how much winter there was. I was used to winter like 3 months out of the year, but I was not used to winter for 6 months out of the year, and basically in all capitals in this really very exotic environment. Just like the landscapes in the Bronx Zoo felt very exotic. This amount of snow and ice felt very exotic. So I knew that I wanted to explore that idea. So I started the project in what I call the safety of the summer months, and I made a photogram of a dried pressed Queen Anne's lace flower. It's this beautiful flower that I remember from my childhood, and I thought pressed and made into a photogram, it looked like a snowflake. The first snowfall of the season in November of that year, I went out into my backyard and I pointed my camera up into the sky and photographed snow falling down on me. And looking at those photographs next to the photograph of my Queen Anne's lace snowflake, the Queen Anne's lace was a snowflake, but it also kind of turned into like a starburst, and the photograph of the snow falling at night looking straight up looked like snow falling, but then it also could be an image of the night sky, the cosmos. And I really liked how with that juxtaposition, the two very specific things could be transformed or opened up, and they could be interpreted in lots of different ways. Because I was living in this environment with so much winter, I was seeing winter all the time. And what I really wanted to illustrate was the winter of my imagination again. Because I think the more abstracted things are from the larger landscape, the more they become images from my imagination, as opposed to documenting the world as it is. So your assignment in creating a constructed landscape, the first thing you should do is think about what kind of landscapes you're interested in, what kind of environments you're interested in. Look about the materials that you have around your house. Are there things that you are excited by, like different rocks or minerals or stones? Do you want this to be a winter landscape, a summer landscape? You can go outside and get leaves and flowers. You can get some snow if you have snow at this time. Take the elements, make your landscape, take lots of photographs, photograph it from above and below, really experiment, add a few more things into your landscape, take some things out of your landscape, make lots of pictures, look at them, think about which picture really transformed those elements that you combined together to make your constructed landscape. So maybe something very small looks big, or something big looks small, or you're transported to a different kind of environment, and share your favorite picture with us.
So like one way I could approach this, Sarah, is I could make a miniature landscape and then use sort of the tricks of the camera to make it look big.
Yes, that's exactly right. And there are so many great precedents for this art assignment. I'm really excited about it.
I can think of one precedent: every single movie made before 1990, which used the tricks of the camera to turn these miniature paintings into set backdrops.
Yes, that's very true. But there are others from the art world as well. And I'd like to bring up the fact that I have a ton of friends and colleagues that I draw upon for ideas for these precedents. Like you could think about Henri Rousseau's jungle paintings, where he visited not the jungle,